Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of the Daily High with your hosts, Matt McGregor and Tone Bass. I have to say off the bat, sorry about my internet yesterday. Don't know. Don't know. Didn't do anything different than I did any other day, but we're working on it. I've got a hard line coming. It's in the pipes. Tone, good morning, mate. How are you?
Morning. Had to rush the show a little bit, and but let's off. I am here in Rotan, showing people around. Plans changed, so let's get a quick show in. And Matt, why don't you kick us off with screen share?
All right. I really hope. I feel nervous now that this thing's going to cut out, but let's see. Before
It's
I go
working
into
good
the show,
now. It's working good
yeah,
now.
there should be no issue. Before I go into the show, I'd love to talk to you. I tried to do it last night, but it didn't really sound good. The great deposits we've got here, a cashback, 15% cashback bonuses on Blowfin, which we've got the date here from the 29th of yesterday. It starts. It ends on the 12th of August. There's a few little
And it looks like we lost Matt. All right. I guess I'm just gonna go to screen share. Sorry, Matt. No dice. All right.
chance to double dip on this. It's absolutely fantastic. We'll
Hey,
be
hey,
bringing the
Matt.
bot to
Matt.
Blowfin.
Hey Matt, we lost you
No, no.
for a proper 60 seconds in a row. So it's at least I did. So I'm assuming the audience did as well. But
Yeah.
uh try one more time. Try going to a chart. Oh crap, hold on, my alarm's going off. Try one more time. Try a chart.
Can you see my charts there? I know you've tucked away for a second. Mic check. Am I going, Tone?
Yeah, you're good, you're good.
It's working?
Yeah.
I was just saying, we've got the fantastic rewards here for for Blowfin. This is only available for the first 200 people. It's 15% cash back on depositeds that you put into your futures account. There's all the rules and there's a few little features here that it has to be in the account for longer than 7 days prior to the expiration of this great program they've got running. This is a really, really good uh, incentive to join Blowfin just before we launch the bot on Blowfin. If you've already signed up for Blowfin, you can double down on this. It's absolutely fantastic. Am I still there, Tone? Yes or no?
Yeah, you're there.
Excellent. Okay, so we had a crash last night from 70,000 down to its lowest point of 65,000. Well, let's call it 66,000. Not a bad rejection of the 70 period moving average. I view everything now as by the dip. This is not a concern for me at all. I really like the bounce that we've had, although we have come up and it exactly touched on the bottom side of the 7 simple moving average. So there'll be a lot of smart people shorting exactly on the downside of the 7 simple moving average here, looking for further downside. It's not a trade I would make. When this wave is green, I think this is just a natural flogging off of too many people getting excited by the exchanges and big whales to crush out a heap of longs. I'm not concerned about this at all. I really like the structure as it stands right now. The daily time frame is fine for me. Sure, we might get lower downside, and as I go to the 4 hour time frame, you can see that that's a huge positive for me. We're on the wrong side of the moving averages here at the top here. We've broken below the 30, the 50, whatnot, come back and retested them and have been rejected. Sure, I can see further downside if that's the case, but I'd be looking for a 4 hour green diamond. Ideally, at one point, we'll get back inside the wave. I don't want it to get back inside the wave now. I want that wave to come back up and then we get back into it later on down the line, which always happens. And if it happens now, then so be it. It's still the great buy the dip. The wave is green. I'm extremely excited about the price of Bitcoin. I think this is just a natural sell-off point from the 70,000 period. It's nothing more than that. I'm not worried about it at all. Perhaps the stocks took a bit of a hit. Tone will have it review that in a minute. I'll just go through the 15-minute time frame just to have a look at where we're looking right this second. Tone, just confirm I'm still with you, mate.
Yep, all good. I'll let you know if you're not.
Great, great, fantastic. Fantastic. I'll just keep talking away. Yesterday's trade turned out to be a cracker in the end. The fact that we got in, got out, and then the price did this, couldn't be more happier with it. Couldn't be more happier with it.
All right,
We don't
because the term cracker may not be because when you said that, I wasn't sure if that's good or bad.
Yeah, I think you Americans use it for the word cracker for some different meaning, but
Yes.
we, Aussies call it a cracker means just it was really good, right? Like a firecracker. I really wanted it to burst up higher, but we don't have any control over the price. The fact that we fell this far off it, and last night when we did the show, the price was at 68,700, and we were just about had reset the trade. Fantastic. We are now eligible to get re-long at any point here. And the lower, this is why I love the automated trading. This is why I love the bot trading so much, because as low as the price goes, doesn't really matter. The conditions to enter the next trade, the lower it goes, the better. I can see this coming down and meeting this, just meandering for a moment, having this 128 period moving average on the 15-minute come down, and it'll equal exactly the same as the breakout point, getting through it, getting into another long trade. Absolutely magic. That's what I want to see happen. But as long as we're below it, it makes no difference. We're fine. We're in cash, we're in Bitcoin, and we're coasting. I'm coming back to you now. Before you go, Tone, please like and subscribe. Please share with your friends. Take advantage of that great blowfin offer that we have on the table right now. And if you're more comfortable with BitGet, absolutely use BitGet too. Join the Discord group, all free. Links in the description below. Absolutely fantastic products that we have for you, totally free. Hope you enjoyed. Tone.
All right, I'm gonna go through this fairly quickly as well. I was a little bit surprised by the big drop yesterday. Yes, I know 70 is resistance, and yes, I know I'm the one that's been saying it's gonna take us a lot longer than people expect for us to break it and break out. But based on how last week went and based on how much Bitcoin continues to get accumulated by the ETFs. So on Monday, uh, we had 2,000 Bitcoin enter the ETFs, and yet the price still dropped. And that's it's just strange, right? It's very, very strange that we got such a big drop while BlackRock alone is adding 3,000 more Bitcoin. I mean, these things they don't add up. I know Mt. Gox is giving coins back, and there is like another selling factor, but these are massive, massive buys. People have to keep in mind that only 450 Bitcoin get mined every day on average, and yet we already started off the week with a 2,000 Bitcoin buy. We're gonna close the month of July with over 50,000 Bitcoin purchased, and in a single month only 13,000 Bitcoin get created and 50,000 Bitcoin was purchased by the ETFs. So I was a little bit surprised in a drop that big, but it doesn't alter any TA whatsoever. The weekly chart still remains bullish. It's now above all the moving averages, and we're coming off a beautiful green star candle. So the weekly chart's not in danger. The 4-day allocation chart's not in danger. It's consolidating back in the middle. It'll just, slow us down by a candle before the long-term moving average starts to turn up. The new candle starts tomorrow, and that's, one candle closer for a full crossover, and then everything is aligning bullish. The daily chart, that's a rough candle. Again, we're coming off a green star candle. It was just a little strange to me having a green star candle on the daily and a green star candle on the weekly, and in the middle of follow through, getting rejected on that follow through. Again, it doesn't endanger anything. We have the moving average crossover right here between the 20 period and the 50 period. So pulling back into that cross is totally a normal pullback. We're coming off a beautiful reversal candle. As long as we keep closing above these moving averages, nothing's in danger. As Matt mentioned, the wave turned green. The volume yesterday was not crazy high. It's yes, it felt like a big drop, but overall it didn't do it on any above average volume, so not really a big deal on that one either. The MACD is still strong. The RSI is still strong. The MACD is potentially in danger of crossing over, but we can still recover. We're already looking like a little reversal candle this morning. So as long as today is a green candle and then we start to go higher, we can avoid the MACD crossover. The CMF is very, very bullish right now. So not a big deal. It's just, a drop nobody wanted to see. Probably caught a lot of longer term longs by surprise. The bang box is a pretty short term, highly leveraged long that got out with a profit. A drop of $4,000 in, say, 12 hours. And I'm not sure how long it took. Let me go to a lower level time frame. Let me go to a 4-hour chart. So in a 4-hour candles, 16 hours. Yeah, 12 hours. It's about 12 hours right here. So that's uh, 4 hours, but the last candle was already recovering. So my guess is 12 in a 12-hour period, you drop $4,000, 6%. That's a lot. But where did we drop down to? Well, we perfectly dropped down to this trend line, which uh, again is good. This is a great trend line. So far so good. If we break the trend line and we break this MRI support line on the 4-hour, if we go below 64.5, I would start to get concerned. But for now, it's just the beginning of a yellow caution flag starting to blink, but nothing to be concerned yet. But a move another 1,500 down is concerning for me, mostly because I expected us to consolidate between 68.5 and 71.5, not between 65 and 67, right? So it's while consolidation here is perfectly okay, it's still bullish. It's just not as bullish and as comfortable if the consolidation was between 68 and 71. Uh, but nothing really, nothing too concerning yet. Any questions on Bitcoin, Matt, before I do a quick peek at the markets?
No, mate, I agree with you perfectly. I'm not worried, not whatsoever, not whatsoever.
Oil is dropping again, surprising. I do have to look at whether the current administration is buying or they started to sell oil. Gold is looking great. It's looking
Yep,
at the highest weekly close, so gold remains very, very bullish. The S&P, that's a 5-minute chart, not really helpful.
bless you.
Thanks. Was just coughing there. Haven't had my tea yet. Had to rush the show early this morning. This is a daily chart on the S&P, and hey, we're getting a MRI reversal warning candle. It's unlikely we're gonna get an MRI buy because we would need to drop lower than the low on Wednesday, and that would put us under the moving average. So I don't really want to see that. I am leaning to the fact that the bottom in the S&P is in, and if the markets are about to start to recover, let's look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq did okay yesterday. If the markets have a good day this week, and hey guys, tomorrow is a Fed. Uh, Tomorrow the Fed is speaking. The rate thing. I don't know if I'll be around to do my usual video because again, I am here in Roatan showing people Prospera for investment opportunities, and I'll be doing more of these trips. For now, I do these trips with people that I personally know, but in the future, I may be doing these trips with people I don't personally know. So anyone would be able to join one of these trips in the near future. It's pretty certain they're not going to lower the rate as I expected, and I think they'll raise it they'll lower it in September. And in September, everyone is 91% convinced they will lower it in September. So uh, I think the markets are recovering here, but slowly. Here's the CME one day. CME did get its MRI buy. The cash market did not. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Uh, because I think there was a holiday that offset this by a day, maybe. And yeah, I think if the markets are recovering, then we're going to be okay. If the stock market starts to go higher this week and then through next week, let's see what the Fed says. I think we'll be fine. I'm not too concerned, but it's just unsettling to see that drop. That's all I really have to say. All right,
Yep.
coming back to you.
Yeah, well put. I'm not concerned at all, and I agree with you about the traditional markets as well. I think they look primed to recover the dip that they've had. When the wave is green, it's by the dip. That's why I built the wave, because when the wave is red, I don't view every drop as infinite by the dip zone. I don't, because it can just, you can buy the dip forever. And that's true in the green wave as well, in theory. But if you believe in the alphanumeric strategy, when the wave is green, dips are to be bought. And that's what I think that we're in right now. And I think that the market has a fantastic chance to recover. And if it goes lower, as long as the wave is green, it's still by the dip zone. All right, Tone. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I hope my internet's resolved soon. And did one.
All right, thanks guys. Please like, subscribe, and check and we'll bring you the